Hi, my name is Jason Morgan. I'm an artist. Welcome to my studio and also onto my YouTube channel again. Now I'm recording this on a Thursday, and that means I'm doing another art book review for you all. Now, as well as painting wildlife, the other subject I really love to paint is the sea, although I don't get a chance to do it really that often. But I remember about 20 years ago when I wanted to start painting the sea, I went out looking for art instruction, videos and books, and there was virtually nothing around whatsoever, so it was really difficult to learn how to do it. Then E. John Robinson came along and he produced a series of videos that were really in-depth, step-by-step, and really long as well, because most videos are something like 30 minutes and his went on for a few hours, so it was superb to see that. About 1980 he also came out with a book which was unfortunately mostly in black and white, and then it was in 1999 that he came out with a book I'm going to review today. So it's not a new book, but for me it was really groundbreaking. The book is here. It's called Painting the Sea in Oils Using Special Effects. So let's take a look inside and see what I think of it. Okay, so let's take a look inside the book. I want to start by saying that E. John Robinson is not your standard artist. This is somebody who really knows so much about seascape paintings. He's painted over 4,000 seascapes alone, as well as landscapes. He started painting in oils when he was 12. He was a teacher in school for many years, and that really comes across in this book, because for me he's by far one of the best art teachers I've ever seen on video, and ever read his books as well. He really does go in depth, but he keeps it simple for beginners, novice, all the way through to artists that are really advanced. So you're at the very beginnings, he calls it. He's given us an outline of the painting process, from doing watercolor sketches to outdoor oil sketches, with a very simple step-by-step using only a few colors. So you can see how he's giving you the principles, things to learn from. And he also gives learning points as well, which are shorter tips for you to keep in mind. So, from sketch to painting. So he immediately takes you in chapter 2 on a short demo, telling you how to build up elements. And then in section 2 we go into what he calls the ingredients. Now, it goes without saying that E. John Robinson knows a lot about the anatomy of the wave, and it's critical to know some things. You don't have to know everything, but you should know some things about the waves. Things that with the anatomy and why it causes waves to break and produce simple and sometimes complex effects as well. It's worth knowing why these things are actually happening, rather than just looking at them and seeing a breaking wave. Because sometimes with seascapes, especially if you're working on location and you're not taking photographs, you need to know where the wave is going to break, so you can keep it in your mind's eye and then paint it a little bit later on, because things are going to be moving and changing so much. Most people who paint waves want to paint that translucent crashing wave, and E. John really goes into detail about that, telling you when to use translucent and opaque colours to get that see-through effect. Now, he also goes on to things like sunlight, shadows, atmosphere, just touching on the subject, but without confusing you. It's no point giving you too much information that you're then scared to paint. E. John in this book really wants you to pick up the brushes and start painting. The sea usually includes things like headlands and beaches, so it's really worth knowing how to paint and how to tackle those as well. And it was E. John really in this book that I first learned about things like bounced light and how the sky colour bounces down onto surfaces to create different colours, as in the blue on this rock, wet rock scene. And that gives your paintings a lot more believability and realness as well. Then he covers foam and spray, foreground surf, everything really that you can think of regarding the sea. Then chapter 7 is really important, colour for seascapes. Now, seascapes are a bit different than most subjects, and that's because lots of them are translucent, and that means using some different colours. And E. John is sharing his knowledge of what he's learnt over the years, and the colours he's putting in that may be different to normal palettes are Viridian, Mauve, and he mixes those together to create lots of translucent effect and the effect of looking deep into water. And he also creates another alternative colour wheel as well. He goes into comparing the blues. There's so many blues out there that you wonder which to pick, and E. John shares with you his knowledge on which ones are there and suitable for which subjects. He also looks at clouds, colour schemes, thumbnail sketches. The book is really in depth, so I can't obviously go over every single page, so I'll jump through to the more important parts. Section 3 is all about demonstrations. Now, a scene like this looks so complicated, you just wonder where you're going to start. It's a big painting, it's 30 inches by 24. Lots of E. John's paintings were really large to get that feeling that he wanted. But he breaks it down once again into elements. How to start, how to get your drawing in there using simple techniques, how to work with the light source, picking your colour scheme, and then blocking in the paintings. Now, I've also got E. John's video series. The book is very, very similar to the video series, and also the subjects are very similar too. So if you wanted to get the videos, they really complement this book because they show you in doing it in real time, the actual techniques he's using. So it's great to see it on video and then to follow it in a more leisurely pace in the book. So tackling difficult subjects like mist, the passing storms, another demonstration. It's great that he puts in the colour scheme as well. He likes to go in with the dark values first. The more translucent paints, from what I've seen on the video, he likes to keep the whites away from the paints until later stages, because as soon as the white goes in, it becomes more opaque. This is a scene that lots of people would love to paint. Evening reflections, he calls this one. It's got a real warm glow, and he's showing how it goes in the slick, in the wetness of the sand of the beach. Once again, taking you through lots and lots of steps and close-up details. Another demonstration of waves. And then the final part is a gallery of some of E. John's paintings. As I said, lots of them are large. This one's 40 inches wide. For me, the gallery section in the back does not include the best paintings that E. John has done. Why he's included these ones, I don't know, but I do encourage you to look online for E. John Robinson. Take a look at his paintings, which are in so many corporate venues and private collections over the world. That they really are absolutely fantastic. It's obvious he has so much knowledge of the sea and loved it so much. It's sad that he passed away a few years ago, so you're not going to get any more instructions from E. John Robinson, so it's really valuable to have this book. Look at the colour scheme he's used there to give that effect. A real sundown effect there. And this looks like there's so much detail, but when he breaks it down into the section by section in the book, even this looks achievable. Obviously he makes it look easy himself, but it's going to take a lot of hard work, and the sea is not an easy subject to paint. But there's a few people out there now that have got books on the sea, but I've seen a few of them. Nothing compares to this, and most of them actually learnt from reading the books and seeing the videos of E. John Robinson himself. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick preview through this book. I love it myself. I think it's something you should definitely have on your shelf if you want to paint the sea, or even if you're thinking about painting landscapes and clouds. It's really valuable for that too. So see you all again next Thursday for another book review. Hope you've enjoyed this short video. If so, you may like to go over to my website, jasonmorgan.co.uk. There I've got lots of full-length feature videos on techniques and tips. I've got ebooks. I got 800 reference photos, all with the new Easy Trace line art and so much more. So that's jasonmorgan.co.uk. Also on YouTube every Friday I've got Free Photo Friday. Every Thursday I'm doing art book reviews, and every Tuesday it's tips and also art product reviews. So don't forget to come back soon.